Ogun, Mars, Bounder, Ami Tutu, Mojobo Itatum, Mojobo Orisha, Baraku, Tayaman, Tahuti, Tyre, Elegba, Sekman, Osea, Lucifer, Sut, Anu, Nilihotep, Olakun, Obatala, Tekim, Shakma, Had, Zipporus, Helios, Shango, Vishnu, Marasha, Aether, Rhea, Alapi, Onitutu, Kosika, Kosiofo, Mercury, Raheru Kahuti, Newt, Bess, Bass, Bel, Mayat, Aset, Prometheus, Sutek, Anpu, Ares, Hera, Oya, 8Apr, Brahma, Nis Nakshak, Anubis, Odunawa, Magameta, Makali, Bridget, Sif, Ogukureli, Mojo Boalapi, Tutu Elekba, Kosika, Nikamasi, Akabamawaya. All right. Kosi Indana, Kot, Melanin, Apos, Automotis, Bess, Butches, The Doom, Mahutek, Simmeries, Kahoti, Dambala, Gargo, Laki, Electas, Pan, Supe, Tammuz, Ishu, Ishu Ori, Lako, Azim, Baran Samadi, Ishu, Venus, Aphrodite, Ishtar, Anana, Layla, Lilitu, Sahu, Adon, Armam, Azazel, Beelzebub, Baal, White Buffalo, Dogon, Demogorgon, Hecate, Memnon, Nomo, Shiva, Pravati, Sati, Pakawa, Sudan, Ishu Opan, Ishu Gogwo, Grand Boris, Papazaka, El Koris Nigurdo, Ishu Lalu, Ba, Ka, Andros, Apollo, Bilbos, Bilmat, Shakma, Thunderdog, Thunderbird, Iminya, Kali, Balzephin, Oshosi, Olakun, Olarum, Arumala, Ifa, Loa, Papagade, Bridget, Baphomet, Balzephin, Kali, Kalima, Nama, Lama Yin, Lama Wayne, Ramya, Naja, Bertra, Ishu Kalatu, Kingu, Marasha, Simbi, Azuli, Ishu Orodo, Mysteries, Perseus, Jason, Hercules, hold on, Osea Kintia Minti, Seker, Sebek, Sobek, Proteus, Hemmitt, to all gods known and unknown, ancestors, Hemmitt family, Shaw family, Davis family, all my family members. 1, 2, 3, start calling out your family members. 1, 2, 3. I shake, 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 I shake. All right. To all gods known and unknown, to all ancestors known and unknown, I set up a ladder to the gods, but I am one of them. I holler like a goose, and it reported to Sirius. Okay. All right. Now I want to give a shout out to the feminine drummer. Give a shout out. Yes. And we need to say that we are indebted to you, and we appreciate you, because without you, we wouldn't have that African rhythm. And so, in actuality, we appreciate you doing this also. So I want you all to give another black hand out for Sister Queen Mother Charmaine for giving us the beat and the beat down. All right. Somebody left their purse. Okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah, shoot. Yeah, you need to give her a big kiss. Nah. Anyway, need to call that brother in. And see what he, we have a sister that's written a book on the same thing I talk about when I talk about the demiurge. She's found evidence, the same thing I talked about. She's doing it from more of the biblical perspective and the Hebrew perspective and other ancient sources also. And the book is called The Ultimate Deceit. And I want the brother to come up and say a little bit about it. And so in so many words, I did a couple of tapes years ago about what is the God that you serve is the devil. I'll tell you what, Baba, put that on that thing down there and all. Yeah, you know how that go. Just put it on, over on this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess it was. I had it like this. Okay, yeah. I guess it'll be appropriate. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And so I did a tape called "What is the God You? What is the God you serve is the devil?" And it's dealing with the a part in heaven that looks at us. I don't even know if he's out there yet, but I tell you what, we'll just go on with it. And when he comes, we will we'll just have him to come up and speak a little bit about the book. His wife wrote the book. But anyway, I had some tapes and all this. Not everything that is up is just divine. That's the sad part about most mundane religions. You don't get enough of the information to really try to understand what the spirit world is about. And that's the sad part about the mundane religions. But remember now, their priesthood, each one of these religions, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, you see what I'm saying, have their counterpart. We always talk about the exoteric is what everybody gets, but the esoteric is what is behind that. So the exoteric for Christianity, as you know, the Bible, the King James Version, and the other, and other forms of that. But the esoteric would be Gnosticism, which Gnosticism is where, in actuality, the Christians copied it from, and then tried to kill off the people. That's what really happened in Rome. Is Paul and them copied another people's stuff. They hadn't gotten here yet. Okay, we'll get him here. We'll get him when you fit in. Anyway, Paul and them and a couple of other Roman authors copied some other people's stuff, the Gnostics out of ancient Hemmitt, and their whole version of the whole Christian aspect, which, why the hell are they talking about pre-Christianity? You ever hear this stuff? They talk about pre-Christianity. Well, if it's pre, I thought it was only when Jesus came and revealed it. So in so many words, they copied another people's material off and then tried to kill off the people. You see what I'm saying? So you have that, but so you have your esoteric to Gnosticism. The esoteric of Christianity is Gnosticism. The esoteric to Judaism is Kabbalah. The esoteric to Islam is Sufism. It's Sufism. So these are your three major world religions, but they have their esoteric counterpart. It's just that the priest learns something different than the everyday person. Well, you up in here now, sister. You wanna do your little thing now, or you ready to do it now? Well, come on with it then. Got to get some energy some kind of way. Coming to you all the way from London, England. Where else did you roam? Born in Jamaica. Grew up in London. And how long you been living here? In America? 15 years now. Okay. Yeah. And doing the funk.
Yeah, I'm trying to get over my nerves.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, okay. When you're ready. Over the course of the last 2 days, you had different paradigms, different views, and all this type of stuff here and all, But then again, that's what the conference is supposed to be like. Also, now we got a brother that's coming, Brother Otim. If you haven't heard Brother Otim, he's a staunch researcher. Now he's going to come in because we've always heard about the TV. Everybody say, that TV is, subliminal seduction, and the TV this and TV that, but we've never really had a comprehensive thing ever explain to us really what the TV thing was about. You know what I'm saying? We all know it, but we've never had a real comprehensive thing on what the TV is about. So this brother's going to come, and he's a staunch researcher, and he can break down things. Now he might deal with a couple of other things also too. But if the people who's from Atlanta, which is that has ever had a chance to hear Brother Otim and all, he's one of the baddest researchers you can find when we talking about going over things with a fine tooth comb. Really, no stones are unturned. And so he's got some other information on some stuff that these white boys have been studying this TV stuff for over 30 years. And we're talking something major because we're talking about something that all children and everybody's affected by. You know what I'm saying? You need another plug, or you all right? Yeah, okay. And so he's going to be getting down that way later on. Then we have the Grand Moor C. Freeman L. That's actually coming. That's actually coming, which would be the Patriarch Elder. That will be dealing with some stuff also later on, Bible code and astrological conjunctions and whatever stuff he throw in, how the spirit hits him. Also we're going to have, so those are the two patriarchs and stuff, but we're going to have some young fire that's coming and all, Brother Darryl Rice, that's from Indianapolis that now resides in Charlotte, and he's had me to come to Indianapolis several times to speak, and then in Charlotte several times. Last time I was there, February? Yeah, so the brother does a lot of things just to get into people's mind, just to make people think. So he has that kind of insight of that psychic realm on that particular aspect. And he has these dynamite CDs that I took around the country, and people can't get enough of them. He has all of the actual scholars and stuff mixed in with the day's beats. And, because he got a brother that's a DJ down in, that moved to Florida and all, one of his partners and stuff that moved to Florida and all, and he got several people that get him the beats, and he would take about a month to put them together. Don't take that long, well, about a week. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay then. Yeah, so you really need something. Now the good part about it is he started putting the actual libations to open up some. So and that you still got your t-shirts, some Pineal Power t-shirts. So just utilize this stuff at the conference and stuff. Is at that table back there with the beautiful ebony queen sitting back there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know. So he really lucked out when he moved to Charlotte, because he got him a real deal goddess. You see? You know what I mean? So that was the best move you ever made. You know, 'cause she ain't no slow leap. You know, she's like one of them people, look at my face and get up, like Richard Pryor used to say. Woo! I know this is traumatic because she's very shy. To be hauled up on the world stage and your shit thrown to the wind like that, I know you know. We give you a little bit of this rum down here and all and cool you right on out. We'll have a little more for you, but you know, partner done got to it. And all, and her pro, you see, you know, so her other partner, Angela, you see, just drunk a nigga out of house and home. Woo! All right. You ready? Well, come on with it. Coming to you all the way from Jamaica, London, England, and now Georgia. She went from home of jerk chicken to home of hog maws, cornbread.
I've been there before though.
Oh, you have? Oh, okay.
Spirit.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
I've been writing these songs for years. I've got 3 daughters, and like in between raising them, I've been writing. So they've been seeing me practice.
Oh,
So
man.
I just recently got some music too, last year.
And this is spiritual because I appreciate all this. I mean, this is actually an addition.
1, 2, 1, 2.
All right.
1, 2.
1, 2,
1, 2.
You're going to do some little wow on us.
Open up your heart. Yeah, I got a one for Valentine. I ain't gonna try and dance because I ain't got no space. Open up your heart, baby, and let your love come shining through. This is how we start, honey. We're further than we've ever been. There are rainbows before us, troubles behind us, experiences on which we can
We be nervous, and then we get up here, and then it's on. That stardom comes. That's right. It's on now. Regular Barbara Streisand. I knew then. I said she got it now. That second she got that shake going. I said, oh shit, she in concert now. Yeah. Give her a black hand. She gonna have you back. You know. Yeah. So that's it. So I got two more. Yeah. We had an article. There was an article on this planet being in a black hole. Being in a black hole, this whole Milky Way galaxy being in a black hole. Discover magazine in 1998. Anyway, it's hard to get that Discover magazine, but the brother Kossivi that's going to be coming on after Darryl has he reproduced that particular article of this being in the black hole. This particular Discover magazine, November issue, 1998. He reproduced that article of the entire. Okay, put it up. Of the entire Milky Way galaxy being in the center of a black hole. And he reproduced that article, so he has a few back there, and I guess he'll go back and get some more. He also has black inventors list, you know what I'm saying, and first meditation. It's a meditation thing that he has also, and I think he's selling all three of them for $5. But this one is very interesting here, and a lot of people was looking for it. Was looking for this particular part, and this is a key because this is one of the reasons why the whole, the entire election was shut down. It was shut down based on this black hole that comes from Sagittarius, and Mercury was in retrograde. This black hole was out there. It was the last of the millennium because this is the millennium. And so they shut the place down. And so it had a lot to do with a lot more than just, well, it wasn't nothing about no counting no damn boats and stuff like that. But it was, it was a lot of things that went on, but that black hole was coming from the area of Sagittarius, and they didn't want to have their last election, you see what I'm saying, tainted tainted by this particular black hole because they didn't know what might happen. So they shut it down until they got to a certain level where they felt was safe. Another thing, that Mercury was in retrograde, and any contracts, any binding contracts and stuff will be dissolved if you didn't get out of the retrograde. So they really got out of the astronomical flow of Mercury. There was a lot of things that was going on astronomically, and you best believe it. We don't believe in that. You best believe the damn White House does. But one of the keys is this particular article and stuff of this black hole coming from the area of Sagittarius. It got so bad until June, they had to come out with it and say yes. Because remember, the people from the Applegate people from 1997 killed themselves based on this. So it got so bad until, so I see the master has made it. It got so bad until they had to just come out in June on Nightline and say, yes, there is something out there that's expanding, and it's this dark void, and it's pushing the stars all the way out of existence. And so they had to come out. I literally have the piece on Nightline. I just lucky to catch it that night. And so it got so bad so they had to tell people. But this is the article, the mysterious black hole coming from Sagittarius that our whole galaxy is in. This is Discover Magazine, November issue, 1998. So the brother has that over here also too. He has this first meditation. He has this black inventors list. So the brother Kossivi is coming on. I'm coming on, and like I said, so it's a treat because we have the royal patriarch here now, and he's gonna do his thing later on, and so now it's time for Brother Darryl to come on up and get busy with it. Like I said, I met him in 1998. Well, actually, he wanted me to come to Indianapolis, and I think it was almost a year after the time when I first talked to the brother that I finally did get there and all, and we had a good relationship ever since in Indianapolis and all. And he was here last year at the gathering that he opened up for me and all. So, like I said, we got some good young fire coming to do their things and all. So I want y'all to give it up for Brother Darryl Rice, coming from Indianapolis and now resides in Charlotte. Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah.
How y'all doing?
Let me hook you up. Hook you up. Oh no, man. You ain't built right for me to like you.
touched on this a little bit, but with the state of rap music today, the sister is definitely put to defilement. And if you listen to a bitch, hoe, slut, and all that, you know, you're put into a second-class citizenship. Well, this is where this new thing come in with the state of Florida, with, what's the governor's name? George Bush brother, okay. This new thing is called government-engineered groups. And right now it's about 5 of them. They just added this female group. They got NSYNC, you heard these, bye-bye, y'all heard that, right? Okay, Blackstreet, quit playing games with my heart, y'all heard it, right? Blackstreet. They got this new group called Old Town out of Orlando, Florida. I don't know any of their songs, so I can't hit you on that one. And they got this other group called, actually it's 4, this other group called Dream. It's these girls, these white girls. Y'all seen them? Right. Is? Shut up. Well, this group Dream. Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, and Old Town. Y'all heard of Old Town? This other group, Old Town. You good? Ready to go? Okay. Well, I found out that what they're doing with these white boys is that since rap is so degrading to women, and it's gotten to a point now it's downright sickening. What they're doing with these new groups is they're putting them out there, and they causing little black girls' panties to get wet based on these white boys. So they being fixated on that sexual energy of the white boy. You know, they got the little hip hop look. They got a little baggy pants. One of them did from NSYNC. He did a duet with what's that group? Black. Black. The group Black. I think they're from here, right? Yeah. The one they did a duet with them. You know, he's talking about my baggy jeans and all this stuff. Talking about, you know, he's getting into the stereotypical look of the brother in the hip hop industry. I say stereotypical. I never say that's the way we look, because, you know, them niggas, some of them, I don't know what's up with them. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I found out that Bow-Legged Lou, with full force, y'all have seen House Party? I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. You seen House Party? Well, Bow-Legged Lou and them, they're the mastermind behind the Backstreet Boys that found this out. You know how they always get niggas to do shit on the down low. You know how we always sell out. We sell out for anything. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So once I found that out, I said, wow, this is downright interesting. So what they're doing is creating that sexual energy, because even if you think it, because your thoughts are things, and even if you think it, damn, I might let that white boy hit it. You are already fucked up. You are already starting the sterilization of your spirituality, which is the title of my lecture. Intellectual and spiritual sterilization is the title of my lecture, because you're focusing that energy, because the womb, the heaven, which is here on the sister. I don't have one. But your sisters, y'all have it, the womb. That's heaven. That is where it's manifested. You understand what I'm saying? Now, once I found that out, I said, this is damn interesting. Well, interesting thing enough to back up what I'm saying. Y'all think this brother's reaching. Let me tell you something. My queen graduated, her alma mater is NC State, so we was on campus one day, and when you spiritually hooked up, shit just happens. Shit just say, Spirit just say, you need to grab that paper right there. Or every time I get a new book, I go right to the page that I need to see. So we on campus, and I saw this newspaper, student newspaper. Which needs to be in this stack. Here it is. I saw the student newspaper. I said, so my boy was telling me about all this NSYNC and all this stuff up in here. So they got this comic strip up in here. Up in here, and this is the NC State student paper. And in the comic strip, they got these two brothers sitting down, and they having coffee. One of the brothers, ironically, he got horns, like the stereotypical look of a devil. Now, if you didn't know, the whole ideology of what a devil is, they got that from Africa. Get this book right here to find out what I'm talking about, The History of the Devil by Gerald Masadi. Get this book, and you'll find out how that whole devil shit was made off of your black ass. All right? So that's reference right there. But it's interesting, in the comic strip, one brother's talking to the brother with the horns. He said he's the most evil dude on campus. He said, man, my daddy was pure hell. I'm the most evil dude on campus. But his sister's riding, he's jogging by. So the guy says to him, he said, hey, man, can I get with your sister, man? Can you hook me up? He said, nah, man, you're not bad enough. He said, what you mean, man? I'm the most evil dude on the planet. My daddy was the most evil guy ever, and I'm his son. He said, nah, man, you ain't bad enough. He said, so what does it take to get with her? He said, oh, you need to be like that dude right there. He's like, that dude right there? What are you talking about? And look at this. It's a white boy, look just like them Backstreet Boys. Booyah. Right on the NC State campus, newspaper. Y'all see that? You see the sister with the nice hips and booty? You know how y'all got that nice hips and booty. Right, jogging by, and right they said, he told him, you can't have him. He got the horns. They even accented his evilness by putting horns on him. And he said, you got to be just like this white boy. Y'all see this? This is two brothers talking. Right there. So that adds validity to what I'm trying to tell you. For sure. Now make sure I get that back. Okay. That's the thing about that. And what they're trying to do is this. Y'all didn't know this. See, when they're trying to get into the pineal power, for my shirt's sake, and what they're trying to do is tap in to prolong their longevity on this planet. Because it is by natural selection that the recessive gene is going to die off. On C-SPAN, y'all probably didn't see this, my boy called me, he's in 98, he said, man, they're having this meeting on C-SPAN, they said there ain't gonna be no more white people on the earth soon. So white people are trying to get this shit together, which leads me to this. I got this off the internet. They have a meeting in Europe every year, and they try to see how to prolong their life on this planet. They got crackers that can't even come outside. So this is on the internet. The UN, they have a meeting every year. How can we maintain ourselves on this planet? The first thing is to keep that Jesus shit on y'all. That's the first thing. Because as long as Jesus, let me tell you something. I moved to Charlotte, and I ain't never seen so much Bible Belt shit in my life. I'm from Indianapolis. Black people up there are a little bit more progressive. But I'm telling you, have a blessed day. Jesus this. And it's ridiculous on the license plates and everything. You see what I'm saying? I was at a meeting in my other life, in my gig, and somebody sneezed, and all the people in the room, bless you, bless you. I was like, damn, they rushing to say bless you. And I asked them, I said, so why do you say bless you when somebody sneezes? And they all looked and said, I don't know. I just stupid. Just total sterilization, intellectual sterilization. So here's a source on this. This is from the internet that I was telling you about, how they know they're gonna die. See, the thing is, they know that they are melanin deficient. That's right. Okay? Which leads me to my next thing, what I'm about to tell y'all. Now, first of all, I told you that my brother up in Indianapolis, he worked, he got the hook up at Lilly Pharmaceutical, Eli Lilly, and he told me that the whole melatonin pill project was at Lilly. And this brother, I told you, he was sold out. He didn't want nothing to do with nothing conscious whatsoever. And he said that the whole melanin thing was started at Lilly Pharmaceutical. He knew a black lady that worked on it, and she probably dead now because she found out what was going on. This is real deal Jimmy. And I told y'all to update y'all who hear me last year, that they snatching black people off the street now and taking them out their neck, just like they do chicken and eggs, and put the chicken still living, but they got the eggs. They snatching black people up now, taking the melanin out and putting them back on the market so you can keep on reproducing. So found that shit out. Well, I said, well, some people probably think that, is that brother reaching again? No, I'm not. They got this book right here. This is by Russell J. Reeder and Joel Robinson. This is the latest book. It's called Melatonin Breakthrough Discoveries That Can Help You. They even got in here how to maintain your melanin. They even got in here how to enhance your sex life. You heard of Viagra and all this shit? Yeah. This is why everybody's getting in on this shit, on the melanin thing. They got these big old pools and stuff that, the copper tone and all them. And now, hell, Lifestyles and all them other motherfuckers who sell condoms and shit getting in on this shit too with the melanin thing off of your ass, off the pineal gland. I'm telling you what in the book, remember I told you about Lilly Pharmaceuticals, right? Well, I got the book and boom, open right up to the page. One of the chief people that he quotes in here is the vice president of new drug development from Lilly Pharmaceuticals. Page 297, top of the page. So I saw that, I said, well, I'll be damned. They putting it right in your face, but if you don't read and don't research, you won't know. For some reason, it's very difficult for us to try to grasp things, which if you don't understand about the pineal gland, the melanin, especially with the perms. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I was at my other life again at the gig, and I work with teenagers, help them get to college and shit. So anyway, it's an adult woman. She's standing there talking to the little girl, and the little girl said, "Yeah, I know. It's this lady." They was talking about this one lady. It's a lady. She looks kind of like you. Her hair is like her, but her perm is fresh. Oh, that black woman got offended. What? My perm's not fresh? I said, look at this here. You taking offense to an image that's based on a white woman, and getting aggressive against this little girl because she said your perm wasn't fresh. This is serious. This is going to the crux of what we stand on, especially as black men, who are not conscious. We fixated on images of the white woman, so we like that stringy shit. But I'm telling you, the bottom of this, how she went off on this little girl because she said, my perm is fresh. My perm is fresh. Think about that. Intellectual sterilization. Spiritual sterilization, because the spirit starts in your pineal gland. That's where it starts. Now. Okay. And once they do these things, and they start what the government does is these rituals that they do to maintain their government. This is why, see, when people go to church on Sunday, these are power centers for the government to exist on Monday morning when Congress convenes. Hit the gavel, boom. Because all the niggas been in church on Sunday singing and clapping and jumping and what the hell does this mean? Can somebody tell me what this means? What is that? And they just do it? I don't even know what is that? This is crazy. Now they ain't going like this. So they did the whole thing on the Jesse Jackson ritual. I was listening to the radio because you listen to AM because that's where they drop the stuff at. So they know we only want to hip the hipping and the hopping and all that and get you that old school jam station where they play the Barry White and all that Zap and all that. So the AM is what they be dropping the stuff at. So I'm listening to AM station and they are dogging Jesse Jackson. Dogging him. I'm not a fan of Jesse. I'm just telling y'all, They dogging him, having people call in just killing him. And this was a sports station. Since when does a sports station jump into politics? They said to hell with basketball, the NCAA, NBA. We talking about Jesse this morning. I'm trying to tell you how this cracker do. On the same station that Sunday, they started the Tiger Woods ritual. They said, everybody call in. They mad at Tiger Woods because he's good. Even though Tiger don't know he's black. That's his problem. They let him know he's black. They'll let you know who you are. Okay? Let Tiger Woods, let him slip up and do something. He'll be a nigga then, right? Watch. So anyway, everybody calling in. Yeah, man, we're tired, man. Tiger Woods, man, Tiger Woods has to understand he's not God. This is what they said. I'm like, listen, I said, okay. So, but the shit was working on Tiger because Tiger couldn't win nothing. First year he was fucking up, boom, bogey, going to white, damn. And white people were getting happy. Well, Tiger has to realize he's not immortal. This is what they said about Tiger. But see, what they didn't understand was when they tapped into that Irish thing, that whole Irish St. Patrick's and stuff, that all coming from the that's a Moorish element that went up into Ireland. And that whole river dance comes from Northern Africa. And ain't nothing authentically European about the river dance. When the legs move and they be, you know what I'm talking about, right? The river dance. So what happened was that broke the spell. And the next day on the 18th of March, he won. And the other brother came in second, BJC, even though he don't know he was black. Then he won the next week. He might win the Masters today. I haven't checked up on that, but that'd be three. Then they said, now, a Grand Slam is like 4 in a row or something like that. They said, if Tiger wins the Masters, would you consider that a Grand Slam? People, over 60% of people that were polled said, no, that's not a Grand Slam. And they trying to do a ritual on Venus and Serena. They trying to do a ritual on Venus and Serena. Let me tell you, Serena whooped this cracker ass. What's that big old husky cracker? Davenport. She whooped her ass. Every time I see her, I just stop. Whoop her ass. Whoop her ass. Whoop her ass. Lindsay Davenport, she whooped that big cracker's ass. And then in the next tournament, because Venus pulled up lane, and Serena kept on going. So the next tournament, the one last week that Venus won, she beat the other cracker ass from Russia, and then what's the other cracker? Jennifer Capriati. She beat her, but before she beat Jennifer Capriati, she beat the white girl from Russia. And she said, I just think that it's fixed. Whenever Serena and Venus get together, their dad decides who's going to win. Well, who decided that she was going to win when she whooped your ass? You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna tell you what's keeping Venus and Serena afloat so far. They haven't put the perm in their head. They still got their braids in there.
That's right.
And on Tom Joyner, they was on calling in. I think Venus and Serena need to go ahead and perm their hair.
Who said that?
On Tom Joyner morning show, which leads to this. Y'all heard about the Tabitha Smiley thing?
Oh,
Well, let me tell you something. I got an email. I got people all over be sending me shit. I got an email on Tabitha Smiley. You know, he was talking about the whole Cop USA thing. Y'all ever heard this on the radio? Y'all don't spend money in the black community. Well, Cop USA said, we gonna get something for your ass. They got a lawsuit against his ass for defamation of character. And a week after that, his ass was fired from BET because what's her name, Viacom? Took over BET. Well, they just came out front with it because it's always been white on. They just put that figurehead nigga up there and say he owned this shit. You see what I'm saying? And so Tom Joyner may not be on the air too much longer. Fucking around with these crackers. They got they overt cracker in the office now. When the Republicans, see, they all the same. Ain't no difference between Democrat and Republican. They all in the Council on Foreign Relations, Trilateral Commission, Round Table, all that. So there is no difference. You know, people going to the poll. We were going to the poll and vote. Well, in Dade County in Florida, bringing it back home with the NSYNC thing, in Dade County in Florida, they said, fuck y'all. And the Supreme Court said, George Bush, you the man. Which you should have known that because he's skull and bones. Y'all got the Bilderbergers already announced who the president is anyway. So that's what's up on that. Now, intellectual and spiritual sterilization. I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm going to give you a couple rituals to help you out. Now, for you brothers, if you got a sister that you really feel close to, and you stand in the middle of your living room, and usually after she had an orgasm, that's probably the best vaginal fluid to use. Okay, but if that's not available, if you can't get enough, if she ain't wet enough, you can't get enough vaginal fluid on your hand, she might have to, use a little bit of her saliva in your hand. But what you do is you take that and you put it in the four corners of your room, and you pour a libation to Ma'at, Newt, and Offset, the feminine energy, the real shit. When you tap in, I'm a matriarchal brother. Fuck the dumb shit. Okay, and you ask them to protect your house. Now don't do it and don't believe in it and put the power within yourself to manifest. So I'm telling you, this is how you create that in your house. When people come to my crib, like my air conditioner go out or something, and they come and they be like, wow, let me take off my shoes, and they be like, I'm serious, and they be in there working and stuff, and wow, because I got shit all over the walls and stuff. You can tell I'm hooked up. The library sitting up there. I had one brother, he came in, he said, man, wow, I really like your books, man. Wow, yeah, man, this is great. I read and stuff too. He got locks and stuff, but that don't mean shit if you got locks. I know a brother with locks got him a white woman. He keep a harem of white women. That don't mean nothing. Putting his dick in some white woman. Okay? And I'm gonna give you another. This is a ritual you want to fuck somebody up. This is called the 8Apr01 Anubis ritual. Let me tell you how I know this works. Let me also tell you to give you credibility to what I'm saying. Anubis and 8Apr came to see me twice. One day I was in the shower. I was washing my. He do that shit. I was washing my hair, and I had the shower curtain. I was washing my hair. And I had left the toilet up. I'm a man. Live by yourself. You ain't got to put the toilet down. So anyway. I was there washing my hair, and then all of a sudden, the bathroom door opened and closed, and the toilet seat said, "Clunk." I said, "I know that's you." And we started talking. I told him what to do, and what I needed, and messed up another cracker that was in Indianapolis. So anyway, when I was coming down here last year for the conference, I was about to get in the car to go get on the plane, and a black cat ran across my feet, which is Bassett. another Kemetic deity. I said, oh, okay, this is getting a precursor to something that's going to happen in Atlanta last year. So then when I got to Bobby's house, that's where I stayed at, it was this dog that was dead on the side of the road. I'm straight up. It was dead on the side of the road, and Ginger had went jogging. She saw the dog sitting on the side of the road. I went out on the porch to sit down, and the dog came from under the bush and sat right there. And Bobby fed the dog. We was like, this dog is here for some protection because something was about to go down. And the dog sat on the porch. Then we left, and we forgot something. We was like, damn, I forgot something. So we had to go back to Bobby's house. He was standing right there on that porch, right there. But when we left the conference that night and came back, he was gone. We was like, that we know what he was for. We got you now. We understand. So when I give you this Anubis Ampu ritual, it is authentic. And it has validity and it works. But I'm telling you, the stuff that I give you can't be messing around with like, I'm scared. What you do is you get you a black candle. You get you a black candle, and anybody that's messing with you that you got a problem with, put their name on a sheet of paper. Little sheet of paper, just write their name on a sheet of paper. Light the candle. Fold their name up and put it in the fire and let it burn. You know, you're never supposed to blow a candle out, but blow this one out. And once you blow it out, you take it to the bathroom and get you some toilet paper and wipe all the ashes and soot, all the wax out of it and put it in the toilet. If you gotta pee, try to hold your pee. If you gotta pee, so when you put it in the toilet, you can pee on top of it. Or if you gotta have a bowel movement, that's even better. And then flush it down the toilet and don't worry about it, and that'll fuck that person on up and you be on through with them. That's the black candle and poo ritual. And that came straight down from the melanin wires and it works. Yes, sir. Okay. Get you a black candle. Get you a black candle. Write on a sheet of paper the person who's messing with you, who's causing havoc in your life. Whoever. Whatever you want to do, you gotta be mad when you do it. You gotta be pissed. That's when stuff really works. You gotta be pissed off and write their name down, fold it up and put it in the fire and let it burn. Once it burns, blow the candle out, take some toilet paper, whatever, and wipe it all out, throw that in the toilet, urinate on top of it, or have your bowel movement on top of it. Drop the bomb on it and go ahead and flush it down the toilet and not take care of that person. I'm telling y'all. Fuck them up. It's whatever comes to your mind. This one sister called me. She's like, I need a ritual. I gotta mess this person up on my job. I said, look, you can take your damn bra and hang it from your ceiling and play some Aretha Franklin and say, fuck them up. It's what you make of it. You don't need nobody to follow nobody to come to your manifestation of who you are. That's why we always looking to follow somebody. I want to follow him. I want to follow him. That's when we get messed up. We get indecisive and things like that. You see what I'm saying? We have become, yes ma'am. Write all their names on that piece of paper and burn their ass up and blow it out. And you gotta be mad. I mean, you gotta have, and you a sister too. That's the thing about it. You can drop bombs on the ass because you're a sister. Straight up. It manifests in you. You see? So just put all their names on there, and you gotta mean it. Be mad as hell too, and pee on their ass. You know how y'all gotta. If y'all in a public place, y'all gotta aim. You know how y'all got. Now here's a book. If y'all ain't scared, don't be scared. It's the book of voodoo spells. It got some stuff in it. It got a little bit of Yoruba stuff in it. It's pretty good. It's by Dr. D-O-K-T-O-R Snakes with apostrophe S. Voodoo spell book with a, D-O-K-T-O-R. Dr. Snakes with apostrophe S. Voodoo spell book. And they even give you a mojo dog so you can get your mojo working. Now if you scared, don't tap in. But I don't know about y'all. I'm trying to. I don't give a damn if this earth blow up in the next 30 seconds. I don't give a shit. I'm telling y'all straight up. So while you own this mug, you gotta tap into your indigenous stuff. And you know, a black woman made this. They had a thing on her on A&E on her life. She the one brought this to the States. I can't remember her name. Y'all know it. But a sister made this in New Orleans. So you can't be. This is your stuff. You can't be scared. You know, actually, I got that at Books A Million. They got Books A Million down here. You probably Books A Million got Borders got because they're not as they're not as out there as Arthur Sophis. Boom, boom. They can get it for you. They can get it for you. The Arthur Sophis. And let me tell you the power of what you can do once you tap into your pineal gland and get this thing working. I got a brother that lived in Zimbabwe that talked to me. He said, man, let me tell you something. He said this brother had somebody broke into his store, but he didn't know who did it. You know, because the Africans, some of them Africans, they don't let off the plane, not them old culturalized, colonized brothers. I'm talking about these, right, homogenized brothers. I'm talking about the real deal mugs that'll rob a bank and you don't even know they was in there. Well, he went to this dude, the seer. He went to him and he sat him down, and there's a blank wall just like this. He said, look, concentrate. And right on the wall, it was an image appeared, and he saw exactly as one of his managers that went into his store. I'm talking about a blank wall. I'm talking about real deal stuff. The Zimbabwe dude, he told me this. He said, man, I'm very serious with you, man. You guys just don't know. I said, you right. I said, we too busy trying to be just like the cracker in all aspects of our life. We even try to keep, we think we're conscious, but we keep that Christian paradigm in our head.
That's right.
He. If you're a sister, it don't make sense for you to keep on saying, he did this, he gonna bless me, he gonna do this.
That's right.
That's asinine. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But to each his own, whatever floats your boat. I know what floats my boat is that sister. Straight up. And when you get down with it and you know, you'll see what I'm talking about when it manifests. But anyway, it came on the wall. It was no TV. This was a clean wall, and it came up on the wall. The image came up on the wall. Then another thing, if y'all sisters stop playing and get all the relaxer out your head, you'll be able to do this. This one brother came over, and she was a prostitute, and they had sex, and he tried to slip out on her. Well, she said, let me go to the bathroom right quick. She came back, he was gone. I said, all right, that motherfucker. When he got home, went to the bathroom, he had nothing. You seen the Ken Barbie doll? You ever seen? Y'all mean his whole genitals were gone. He had nothing. He ran out into the street naked. And this was in the police report in Zimbabwe. And the police said, oh, hold on, because sometimes see they know what the real deal is. They say, okay, let's go back to the sister. So they went back to the sister, and he gave her money, and he got back his ding was back. So if you sisters stop playing and get on this shit'll be all over. I'm trying to tell you straight up. It'll be all over. And let me tell you something else about, you know how you try to teach sisters, I'm trying to teach you some consciousness. You know, I might throw in a Bobby tape or whatever, or you know how people say, I think you've heard Bobby say this before, the sister go in the other room, or let's go to Kmart, or let's go to the mall. As soon as something conscious come on, they want to leave. Well, I got a friend in Indianapolis, very spiritual, hooked up brother. He sees spaceships all the time. They come and visit him. He be trying to tell his wife. And she still got the perm in her hair and shit. She's being defiant. So one day, she just keep on, no, I don't want to hear that. You crazy. Well, one day she came in the house and she was crying. She said, baby, I am so sorry. She said, I am so sorry. It is hurting my heart. She was in tears. She was like, what's wrong? You know how we are with passionate brothers who love our sisters. What's wrong, baby? How can I help you? So she was like, I'm so sorry. She said, come out here. She grabbed his hand. They walked outside. A big-ass spaceship right there. She said, I'm so sorry that I ever doubted you. This is straight up. I just got this last week. Straight up. I'm trying to tell y'all what the deal is. But see, brothers, this is not counting you out because your manifestation comes through her as well, especially if you got a good one by your side. I'm trying to tell you, for real. Now, they got this internet site called www.crystallink.com, 1L, crystallink.com, www.crystallink.com. This white woman got all of your stuff on the internet, all the metaphysical stuff, the Dogon theory, the Everything. The Anubis this, the everything you think about this dealing with metaphysics is on this website. White people. CrystalLink.com. Now don't play. If you're serious about your studies, go to the website and check it out. You're gonna be reading for at least 3 weeks. They got so much stuff on there. I was like, dang, I had to call Bobby up immediately. I said, man, you gotta check this shit out. But you know how we are. We pacify and we play. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it the next day. Oh, damn, I forgot. That's what we do. 1L, CrystalLink.com. Also, too, dealing with this, you can go on Amazon.com if you can't find anything. This is how I got this book. But I'm pretty sure that Archosaurus can get anything for you down here in Atlanta. But up in Charlotte, we don't have anything like the Archosaurus up there. You know, and I'm the kind of person, I want it like tomorrow. You know, but down here in other places, you can go through Archosaurus to get your stuff. They got this book by Russell J. Reeder. The name of the book is called Pineal. $249. Pineal. Russell J. Reeder. Pineal. $249. That's a hell of a book. You see what I'm saying? Y'all understand what I'm trying to tell y'all? I'm trying to let y'all know what's going on around you. Because you're the one that carry the melanin in you, which they know. Remember this word. Cognitive estrangement, vocabulary word. I'm big on vocabulary. Cognitive estrangement. Cognitive, the cognitive domain of your brain, which houses your memory bank and your thought processes in the cognitive domain of your brain, which also has the dendrites in your brain, and dendrites is where you store your information. And if you don't execute and try to build your dendrite, you lose your dendrite and go into senility. This is all scientific. Go read in any biological book. Okay? Dendrite growth. Cognitive estrangement. That term is used by the communications industry to label films that make you think outside the box. Check this out. I'm listening to NPR. Y'all listen to NPR? I'm listening to NPR, and this white boy come on. He's a psychologist in Harvard. And he says, well, you know, one of the chief movies that we study is The Wizard of Oz. He said one of the chief movies we study is The Wizard of Oz because of the altered states. They got a movie called Altered States. You know, the white boy went back to the bestiality. He was like going crazy. He loved that shit. So he said, we study The Wizard of Oz. You know how they were on the farm, and the next thing you know, he's a Tin Man, or the Lion, or the Scarecrow. He said, we study The Wizard of Oz. I said, well, ain't that something? That's important. That's interesting. Well, you know how we do when the new movie come out, we're going to go see whatever, like Brothers. You know, we're going to see that, but we ain't going to go see the movie The Gift. Y'all seen The Gift? The movie The Gift got this white woman in here. She's tapping into some metaphysical stuff, and everybody in the town is scared of her. But this white boy who's kind of crazy, he kind of crazy. He can't really talk, but he got a good heart. And she always looked. She was like really working with him. You know, I'm gonna befriend you. You know, everybody else try to dog him out, but she befriended him because she's the reader. Everybody come to her and say, I need to know my husband's kicking my ass, or what can I do to mess him up, or whatever. In the movie The Gift. So in the end, when the dude that tried to kill her, tried to mess her up, the brother that she was helping came from the grave, walked up, and kicked the dude's ass. And then once she turned around, because she drove with him back to the police station, because he was supposed to be in jail. So she got out the car. She said, I'll be right back. She go into the police station. She said, yeah, I came. Let's just call him Damon. She said, Damon's out in the car. I know he's supposed to be in jail. He must have broke out, but he helped me tonight, and if it wasn't for him, I would have been dead. The chief said, Damon died last week. Then she went back into the car, and he was gone. They tap into some spiritual stuff and putting it in the movies. That's right. But y'all don't peep it. Y'all don't go see The Gift. we're going to go see the brothers, Another thing, in the movie The Sale, they got this white dog. They got this white dog in the movie The Sale because this dude is crazy. And this is the interesting thing about the movie The Sale. They're going into the mind of someone else to create the reality of what's going on with these crimes. So they go into the mind. So Jennifer Lopez at the end of the movie, she said, well, I'm going to take him into my mind. Okay? But see, but they always keep that Christian shit up in it because they got to baptize the dude in the movie. They keep on baptizing him in the movie. See, that's that whole Christian thing to keep you, wait a minute, they might be tapping into something metaphysical. Oh, damn, Jesus Christ. Every time they do it, you just got to be aware of what's going on in the movie To Sell. Let me tell you something about this movie, Liar, Liar. You ever seen Liar, Liar? Okay, with Jim Carrey. In the movie, Jim Carrey was up in there and his little boy did a ritual. Y'all remember that? He did a wish. Y'all seen it? He made a wish. He said, I want my dad to tell the truth. So he could not lie anymore. So he went into the boardroom and he was talking about everybody in the room. It was a whole room full of white people and one brother. He went to them, you're overweight. You eat. You don't comb your hair. He got to the brother. He said, degenerate. You wear big pants. You wear too much makeup. Degenerate. Why they call the brother degenerate and call everybody else these little superficial names? You got on some Levi's. You got to peep up, and me and my boy, DJ 8Apr, who helped me out on the CDs, we were sitting up in the theater. We was the only ones that we looked at each other. We said, "Dang, did you see that?" Everybody else, You know how they say they tell? Oh, let me tell y'all this. While I'm on the spiritual tip, I told y'all about Charlotte. Well, this white woman came and she spoke to this church in Charlotte. And they loved her so much that they made her their pastor of a black church. Look how stupid and idiotic that we are. Here we got the dominant gene people following the recessive gene. If you didn't know that the European only make up 8% of the global population, you are well over 60%. And you want to have your hair straight like them? You are the dominant gene. I just told you they got you in the melatonin pills. On the label that I stole the melatonin pills, it comes from the pineal gland on it. I just showed you the book where they're talking about Eli Lilly in the book. I showed you that the brother told me that they got the melatonin experiment going to Lilly. I hope it's registering. White woman running the church, holding a little black boy. Y'all see this? Y'all gotta look at this shit good. I want this to register. Put this in your cognitive domain. Expand your dendrite growth. Okay? Oh, here's... Oh, my goodness. Y'all cool? Y'all all right? Cool. Before I get to this part right here, when I go into the intellectual sterilization, I had this conversation with this white boy when I used to live in Indianapolis. He's about 20. I'm going to show you something. And he was talking to me, oh, Jesus this, Jesus that. I said, you know what? His name was Nate. I said, Nate, you know what? I said, you're right. I said, that religion is for your people. I said, Constantine worked real hard at the Council of Nicene and these other ecumenical councils. That wasn't the only one. The Council of Trent, where they made up communion, and they made up what determines your salvation. It's called the Council of Trent. Okay? I said, that's probably, you're right. I said, that works for you. I said, that ain't got nothing to do with my people. I said, my people we're the oldest people on the planet, man. We predate religion. Religios means to bind. We predate that. I said, but it's probably good for your people at the Conference of Nicene to make up this whole thing, this whole Jesus thing and all this. I said, that works. That really messed him up. He said, Darryl, how can I find out about that? How can I learn about that? He was excited. I said, well, I don't want to tell my sources to the cracker. I said, well, you can go in the library and look it up. Just go on the internet and type in the Conference of Nicene. You can read about this, Because I wasn't expecting that. Fucked me up. I said, well, he is a white boy, though, and they train them to be in more of a dominant situation intellectually, especially if you're black and you're dropping something, because you're a threat to them. So anyway, I got a friend that's blind. And I'm telling you, this brother, he's the fastest person to get on this counseling stuff. He got on in like 3 days. He was on it, elevating, teaching me stuff, and he's blind. He said, you know, Darryl, everything that manifests is not always being in light so you can see. And he was blind. And one day, this is how I know that I'm on the right track, and I know that I'm a very old soul. He's blind. I walked in front of him one day. He said, man, I just saw you walk in front of me. I'm just telling y'all, all right, because I know who I am. But anyway, the white boy was in another conversation with my friend that's blind, and they was talking about the whole Bible thing. We got this one brother was working with us, and he's Jesus. Oh, Jesus, Jesus. And we was in the conversation, and they was in the conversation. I wasn't there. So, but my spy was there, Marcus, my blind friend. He was there. He's my other ear, you know. So they was in the conversation. The same white boy that I told about the whole makeup of the religion in the Conference of Nicene, they was talking about, well, what about the other books of the Bible that were kicked out? The white boy, Nate, said, well, maybe that's where they kicked them out. They probably did that at the Conference of Nicene. I said, oh, so Marcus come back and tell me. I said, that's interesting. So I went to Nate. I said, hey, Nate, how you doing? You know, because you got to be a double agent. Never blow your cover. That's how they do you. Never blow your cover. So I said, hey, Nate, how you doing? I said, yeah, I heard you all were in there having a Bible conversation. Yeah, how'd it go? I said, did you ever look up that stuff I was telling you about? He said, no, I didn't. I said, oh, okay. That means that he took what I said as the law and used it to enhance his intelligence in another conversation, to make other people look at him like, wow, Nate, you're a scholar. You understand? But you tell black people about this, now, Jesus didn't say it, I ain't gonna mess with it. Jesus didn't say it. Jesus is Lord. But the white boy said, maybe they did that at the Conference of Nicene. And didn't even look it up. Took what I said as valid, which it is, but he took it and used it. Do y'all understand what I'm trying to tell you? Intellectual sterilization. Right on. Now, last part about this whole spiritual sterilization thing. My brother, he was in the Marines. I think they either cloned him or they put one of them two. Well, you ever seen the movie with Jamie Foxx? Bake. And he was in the car and the radio was tuning. And he was like, man, what is that? The white dude that was trying to beat him up, he had this transmitter in his mouth so that the government, the Illuminati, could keep up with him in the movie. Y'all go get the movie Bait and watch what I'm trying to tell you. Well, they either did that to my brother or they cloned this nigga, because before he went to the Marines, this brother was hard up. He used to be in college at Indiana University. He used to just run up to white people. Boom! My brother was off the hook. Off the hook. Now he come back, I try to give him some light stuff, man. Oh, man, that's black stuff, man. I don't want to hear that. I said, dang, what's wrong with my brother? So one day, he just made me mad. He come over to my crib talking, because it's myself, my younger brother, and then my brother above me. We the only conscious ones in the family out of 7 kids. So he said, yeah, we kind of worried about you. You know, you ain't been to church and Jesus and all this stuff. And I said, well, you know, I'm trying to be all intellectual with him. I said, well, you know, if you read such and such a book, you'll find out this. Well, what does that have to do with it? And y'all ever heard, this is how asinine our intelligence is. How you know that book is right? Everything that you do from preschool, kindergarten, elementary school, middle school, high school, college is based on a book, right or wrong. And when you get that degree, you hang it up on your wall, and you be very proud because it mandates your lifestyle at this point. That's how you make the dollars. Because you'd have this degree, you wouldn't have that job in most cases, correct? So that gives the ability to the next time somebody say, well, how you know those books are right? These motherfuckers ain't investigated the Bible whatsoever. So my brother was making me mad. You know, I was trying to be intellectual with him and talk to him, you know, and he's still tripping. I said, okay, it's time for me to get nigga on your ass. I said, I tell you what. I said, you tell that white motherfucker Jesus, when he come back, he come to my house because I'm fucking him up. Because my people are dying. That's what I told him. I said, and I mean it. You let him stop at my house first. I'm kicking his ass. My brother got scared, got in his truck. Vroom, that nigga was gone, boy. Had to get raw on his ass. Talking to me about that Jesus shit. You don't even know what you're talking about. We so stupid. Yeah. I don't know if it's probably is down here. This is the Bible Belt too. Yeah, matter of fact, we was downtown yesterday and we seen this truck, Jesus Saves and all this. We just this morning at damn Kmart, hey, you want to talk about the Bible for a minute? I ain't got time to fuck you up right now, but thank you, sister. So the whole thing about how we go to the movies, how we don't go see the gifts, we go see the brothers and all that. Well, interesting enough, the Charlotte Observer jumped right on this. They wrote an article talking about how intellectually sterile you really are. They talk about you don't go see nothing that stimulates the mind. You don't go see nothing that makes you come to some type of consciousness. You go see some bullshit. That's what makes you tick. You want to laugh all the time. Well, they kind of slipped up with the Nutty Professor thing. Y'all seen the Nutty Professor too? Have y'all seen it? It's funny as hell. It's funny. The grandma, Isaac. Y'all haven't seen it? Boy, my Isaac like a Brahma bull. Man, I'm trying to tell you. But the thing about it's funny as hell, but I tapped into some other shit because I'm spiritually hooked up. And I was watching the movie. I said, this is a metaphysical movie. Check it out. Eddie Murphy came from the brain of Sherman. Sherman, right? He came out of the brain of Sherman, right? And they said, Sherman, if you take him out, you're going to lose your intelligence. Intellectual sterilization, right? So as Eddie Murphy came out, and in the movie, Eddie Murphy wore red and black the entire movie. Red and black. Red for the kundalini, black for the pineal gland, pineal power. Okay? In the whole movie. Then Eddie Murphy took on the nature of the dog star, the Dogon tribe.
That's right. Sirius.
Go to that crystallink.com and read about that Dogon stuff, or get Robert Temple's book. What's that book called? The Sirius Mystery. You can get it through Sirius Mystery. Get that book to read about the Dogon tribe. He took on the sign of the dog. Okay. Janet Jackson, the goddess, which represented every goddess that you ever know in the damn movie. She did a real good job. She was real humble. She was like a little, respectful college lady in the movie. She wasn't a hoe or nothing, ass all out. Say my name. She wasn't none of that. She was legit in the movie. She did a good role. So, as his intellect started leaving, it got to the point in the movie where he was at the fountain. Y'all remember this when Eddie Murphy, he liquidated. He turned into wine. He went into the fountain in the airport. And your boy Sherman was sitting up there, and Janet said, "What's my name?" He said, "Pretty lady." She said, "Oh, baby, I'm going to take care." He couldn't even talk. Babe. He had lost his stuff, intellectual sterilization. So then she was crying, and the tear from the sister went into the water which is the source of your pineal activation, along with that sister, the vagina. That's another story. But the tear from Janet Jackson went into the fountain. The fountain it started lighting up in the movie, and the water was given back to Sherman, and his intelligence came back through the water. Think about this now. Eddie Murphy's in black and red, takes on the nature of the dog. You got that significant sister. Then you got the Trinity there. You got Aset, you got Heru, and you got Osar. You got his daddy, you got Janet, and you got Sherman at the fountain and the water. The Trinity sitting there, your sacred Trinity, in the movie. So after I got finished laughing all the time, I peeped it out. So go back and watch this movie. And this time, don't laugh so much. Watch it. Watch it. Right, make them younger. Right, you're right. Sure was. See. Right. She told him to sleep downstairs. Go downstairs. Yeah, that was real funny. But you gotta peep out the movie and learn about what's going on. Okay. Y'all heard about these cricket phones? The cricket phone. Y'all haven't seen the commercial? Yeah, y'all haven't seen on the green couch? The cricket phones. The cell phone is real cheap, $35 a month. Y'all haven't seen this? Y'all haven't seen the commercial? Well, you'll after I say this, you'll start watching. They sit on the green couch in every commercial talking about the cricket phone. Well, some of the kids I work with, they always say, those cricket phones, there's something about them. I had one say, man, those phones are tapped. Found out those cricket phones, the reason why they're so cheap and they're available in the black community is because they used it for drug trafficking and controlling. Because they figured they're targeting you. Because you spend less in areas of technology. Well, I'll wait. My VCR went out, but damn, maybe I can get one at the pawn shop. You spend less on technological things as a people. You go out and buy some clothes. Some of you sisters, y'all probably got about 40 pairs of shoes in your closet. You know, y'all spend some money on clothes, but that technology, we really don't. We shy away from that. So watch out for those cricket phones. This brother did a book called Pulpit Confessions. His name is N. Moore. Interesting enough, he don't use his first name. It's N. Moore. But in the book Pulpit Confessions, he lets you in on a little bit of stuff that go on behind closed doors in the black church. It's called Pulpit Confessions, Exposing the Black Church. That's what it's called. So all y'all who still got friends or family members who's off in the Christian thing, you know, which is everybody in the room, y'all go get this, try to help our people out if you care about them. You know, so peep that out. There was something else I want to tell y'all. Just stay right here. This is a trip. You remember when OJ got into the trial thing? And they even darkened OJ up to make him look more criminal. Because the darker you are, you're more evil. Right? Well, they didn't show OJ smiling. Remember the white boy for the FBI that got arrested that's doing the little spy thing with the Soviet Union? They got his white ass on the front of you. Just say, they smiling. He's just a smiling. You see how they play this out? Y'all see this? See how he just cheesing? When have you ever seen a brother that's been in trouble on the front page smiling? They want to make him look like a criminal. Oh, he's a bad, bad man. They got him on the page for smiling. Every time they showed him smiling. Well, he did it, but he's still cool. Y'all gotta tap into what these white people doing to y'all, for real. But my time is just about up here. I hope I entertained y'all to a point where as you will want to go and rediscover and go into some things to enhance your brain and your pineal power. Let me tell you one more thing. Show you this book right here. They read it on Tom Joyner every morning, little known black history fact. This will help you out with your family, people in your family that are still into the church thing, which is everybody in the room. Best little known history fact. Y'all ever heard this? This is Tom Joyner? Little known black history fact. Well, in the book, she even tell you in here that the black people who converted to Christianity gave up their sacredness and their indigenous spirituality and tried to be Christians in order for them to have citizenship within Jamestown. But guess what? But the Virginia legislature did. As soon as them black people said, well, we're going to leave our indigenous stuff, which means that at one point there was no Christianity within your people. They converted, they passed a law and said, well, slaves cannot have citizenship. But then they tell them, well, if you were a Christian, you know, if you followed God, our Lord and Savior, you could be a citizen. So they gave up a whole indigenous thing and converted over, and boom, the legislature said, boom, we're going to pass a law on y'all. They running game on us, y'all. Get the little book. They talk about it on Tom Joyner every day. This is the best known black history facts by Lady Salala Shabazz, S-A-L-A Shabazz. On page 86, where you'll find that. Another thing, for the perm thing, they got a good article in here for the perm thing. For you all still having issues with the perm thing, get this book, Psychological Trauma of Slavery by Sultan Latif, S-U-L-T-A-N, Latif, or Latif, A-L-A-T-I-F. Got a nice little article in here to help you learn how to get out the whole perm thing. Slavery, the African American Psychic Trauma. So get this book. It's another book to help you out. But that's my time. And I hope y'all enjoyed something. I hope you learned something, you know, because I try to bring it as real as I possibly can. But don't sleep on the Anubis ritual. I'm telling you. I might be doing that this week on somebody's ass. Peace. Who got my article? Who got my article? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? Damn.
Yeah, say.
I forgot. Let me tell you this. It don't matter if it's on tape or not. I gotta tell y'all this. Please listen. I gotta tell you this. This is important. It don't have to be on tape. I gotta tell you this.
Now put it on tape. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You put it on tape.
I'm surfing the internet.
No, hold on. You got it on. You got his on too.
Oh. Oh, okay. It's on.
Yeah.
I'm surfing the internet and I found this. I'm dealing with the whole pineal gland thing. I am 11 years old and in the 5th grade. I am currently doing a science fair project to see if the pineal gland regulates our body's clock or if it has anything to do with hibernating animals, i.e. the amount of melatonin production in humans as opposed to bears. Little white boy, 11 years old, on your shit. Y'all better wake up. I'll holler.
All right. Okay. Give me a bigger, better black hand than that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's Brother Darryl Rice, formerly from Indianapolis. And it's also, too, because when I was down there, I found out that whole Indianapolis 500 is an actual ritual race. That the whole thing is a whole ritual race, and he explained that how, all this stuff, the Kentucky Derby, the Masters that went on this particular weekend. It was interesting because when I went down to Augusta, they said that they used to have the black mare down there. He'd have to leave town. Ed McIntyre, right? He had to leave town every weekend of the Augustas every year. That make him leave. So they had it was the Indianapolis 500. He did research. It was actually all that stuff is a ritual. All that stuff is a major ritual. So now let's see. Trying to see if there's any people. I don't think that person came back yet. But anyway, coming to the stage, we got the masters and we have the ones that's starting out. Coming to the stage is a real melanated brother, only 27 years old. Young brother, doing this thing and all. We gotta, we have to push this thing on into other generations. That's what happened with the whole Afrocentric movement. Everybody just around John Henry Clark and Dr. Ben, and then after they got old and John Henry Clark died, the whole bottom fell out of the thing, you see what I'm saying? And so we failed to put other people in, other younger people, which also they said that one of the aspects of ASCAC was that they were supposed to have a certain elders, and then they were supposed to go at a certain level, and they were supposed to have all these other people come up. But then it's some controversial things even with the ASCAC thing now. First of all, we know that black people are not that monolithic. This is the thing that's happening all over the country. They said that, yeah, you can do the historical thing. But somewhere I think around 1990, because they got the same president that they had for the last 9 years, 8-9 years, Nzinga, whatever. One of the keys here is they could not move from beyond this historical thing. And it's interesting, you go to South Carolina, I'm in Detroit, I got people report of Texas, whereas they can do all the same regurgitation of the same old, well, was the Pharaoh's black, and all that's good for a person starting out. But as soon as someone comes in and says, we need to move to more of an esoteric or metaphysical level, they tell them, no, we cannot do that. You see, we cannot do that. Well, at first you just figured if there's some fool that just doesn't know about something, he's ignorant about it, and he's the head of ASCAC, that's one thing if they're in that particular city. But even in Philadelphia, New York, every place, it's a consensus that they cannot go beyond the historical thing. So apparently, Black people are not that monolithic to the point in their thinking, you see what I mean, that they're going to have a consensus on something, you know, that is not planned. So the point I'm trying to make here is, literally, we got reports that the government moved in and told them that they could not go beyond the historical thing. And as a result, it literally killed an entire movement that was supposed to go into another level. Even Richard King was saying, well, damn now, okay, fine, you got melanin, but so what? I mean, let's go to another level. And the first thing Richard King was saying, well, maybe we need to do some meditation and different things like this. He was dealing with this back in 1994. He said even Dr. Ben came to the last melanin conference and they was all gathered around. Dr. Ben said, the rest is fucked up. and that was it. But basically, the race is fucked up. But the point here is the entire movement was killed because they had somebody sabotaging, not taking them and moving it to another level. On the other hand, this metaphysical movement, is a few people, but it's almost clandestine if you don't put it into this main aspect. But sometimes maybe it's good that it's not that way, because in this particular realm, just like any esoteric or any type of system where you're going through initiation, you got to separate the doggone chumps from the monks. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's good that it went that way. But this is, but on the other hand, we have whatever we're doing. We're building a platform to actually bring this stuff to more esoteric, more alternative learning, because because you still have your conspiratorial aspect and all. But more esoteric and alternative learning and stuff, and so this is the way we do this. Another thing is I want to drop on this because this is very key. Because the Spirit gave it to me based on the research. Now, the guy that wrote the book, Black Fire, White Spark, something. What was it? White Spark, Black Fire. And he mentioned in there somewhere, he said that the Afrocentric scholars had did such a great work based on a scholarly movement. Dr. Ben, John Henry Clark, Ivan Van Sertima, Wade Nobles, Asa Hilliard, the list was endless. It was a powerhouse. He said they had done such a good job until students on the university level was literally challenging the professors and had them on the run, beat them over the head. Okay, so one of the things to counter that is to make something mockery. So this is very key. All of a sudden, your boy out here on Eatonton, been out for years. All of a sudden, he turned Egyptian somewhere around 96, 97. He was Islamic, Hebrews, Nubic, had all kinds of, had a little symbol with a bicycle on it. Developed his own writing, had a little bicycle symbol and stuff. Nubic, Islamic, Hebrews, and all this type of stuff. But all of a sudden, he went into the Egyptian thing, or the Camite thing. And immediately, Atlanta Journal and Constitution, them Cox people are some of the most racist. Atlanta Journal and Constitution, they got him on the front cover, and he's Osiris. Okay, that's fine, but see, we understand that he's doing this whole cult thing with the following thing, because the simple fact that the same time he's telling people he's from planet Ritz. Now I got Barnum's star map, and I'm still trying to find the planet Ritz. Ritz cracker or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But he's from the planet Ritz. The key here is this is a form of mind control where they can take something of validity, you see what I'm saying, and put the spook stuff around it, or this crazy stuff that's going on. I'm not necessarily saying that in actuality that some of the things that he's doing out there, you know what I'm saying, if you got some people, I've seen some of these people, you know what I'm saying, if they didn't have that, they wouldn't have nothing. But the point I'm trying to make here is, I understand when they fuse this cult thing, when I'm talking about cult, into the Egyptian thing, then what happens here is they try to delegitimize it. So now you got new black people that would normally go in, that was attracted with an ASCAC, that would be these school teachers, you know, for whatever reason, what floats the boat of the bourgeoisie. If it's something fashionable, they'll do it. If Oprah put it on there, they would have done it. But I'm trying to say is, whatever it was that would normally that would normally get them when this thing first started, because it was a whole movement amongst educators. That's what gave it its legitimacy. Now all of a sudden now, if you got some new person, and they say, you know about the ancient Camites and Egyptians, they go, oh yeah, I've already saw this stuff. Yeah, I heard about that old crazy shit out there in Eatonton, Georgia. Yeah, I heard about them people, you know, and I see them all out there and all in the guy from the planet Ritz. So this is how the government can come in and delegitimize the Afrocentric movement. They just be quiet for a minute. These Negroes gonna mess up, because first of all, they faddish. They're not gonna keep nothing up. They're not gonna keep nothing going. You know what I'm saying? So just be quiet. Then, and sooner or later, they're gonna forget it, because you know we did it in the early 70s. And all of a sudden, you know, they lull us to sleep. Then, once they start to slip with memory, then we'll put my man out here talking about the planet Ritz. You see what I'm saying? And 400 members living in a doggone couple of trailers, and he got 200 kids. You see what I'm saying? And all this kind of stuff here. And 100,000 damn books with no bibliography. So not only that, he's even coming with the doggone books. We don't know where that shit coming from. You know, 100,000 books with no bibliography. You couldn't bit more check out where this stuff is coming from than anything. You see what I'm saying? And also, we buying it and all because they got all those nice statues and all that stuff they building out there. They got that same shit in doggone Las Vegas. Okay, fine. Some black people took some plaster of Paris and built some doggone obelisks and stuff like that and all. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Also, the government. The plot thickens. But the point is, but this is the point I'm trying to make. This is the point I'm trying to make. We had the Afrocentric movement with Dr. Ben, John Henry Clark, and all the great scholars, and they didn't once in 8 years even mention them on TV. And soon as this Negro put on some doggone Osiris and all the other ones there and all, you know, they rushed, and now all of a sudden he's on TV. They got books and stuff all over, white books talking about Egyptians in Georgia. So this is, you know, so they didn't even mention John Henry Clark until Wesley Snipes did the documentary, but he was already dead. Well, you see what I'm saying? But the point I'm trying to make is you had a whole almost 10, 13 years and nothing when it came to people who was legitimate. Then all of a sudden, this man rises up and they got all them followers and stuff like that. Then all of a sudden, here's the Atlanta Journal-Constitution color paper. You see what I'm saying? And all they even advertise them way out in California. The Skeptical Inquirer. You see what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, the news got in on it. So this is the way that they can delegitimize things. But one of the keys is that we can't be into this faddish thing. I'm going to do the black thing now. You know what I'm saying? Now black people are into something else. What's that, brother? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, the ritual in Washington, D.C. and all. Now they're claiming that he's over all the Masons in the country, which is just a straight up lie. And a straight up lie and stuff. So I'm just saying these are some things that actually happen. That actually happen. So to bring this to a younger generation and stuff, you're gonna this brother Kossivi is gonna come up, and he's gonna drop some science coming all the way from Detroit, Michigan. We really need to clap when we get a nigga coming from Detroit, Michigan. That's like Beirut. To be young in Detroit, Michigan, and black too, dark skin, you know a nigga dark skin gonna catch some hell in Detroit. Now you know it's amazing, because I was in Detroit and it's amazing. They got a liquor store on every corner, like you got a mailbox. And that shit don't close. Ain't no blue laws or no kind of stuff like this. It is continuous. They might close in Ann Arbor somewhere. But I mean, it is amazing. You see, it is amazing. And I mean, even if